My addiction started in 1998, and I've been snorting heroin for the past 8 years. I also became addicted to cocaine. I became pregnant as a result of my using addiction. He was also born addicted to crack and heroin. As a result of me using crack, I left him in the hospital. I didn't go see him. I'd rather smoke crack. A couple of days later, I went back and I left him with my cousin. Stayed in the streets using every day, all day. I even called myself homeless, and I lived right down the street from where I was getting high. You think, I came in here with nothing. You need nothing when you come here. Just the desire to want to change. Because I really want to make it. I really want this thing. I want to be free of drugs.
Countless numbers in the district and surrounding areas spend every day fighting for their lives. For many within our community, making it means surviving, staying alive, staying clean, having steady work. It means food on the table every night. These countless numbers are real people with real needs, like Takesha. Some have made bad choices. Others have just had bad luck. Whatever the cause, how can we live in the most powerful city in the world and yet isolate ourselves from the pain, poverty, and dying all around us? Of course, these images provoke sadness, compassion, even empathy. But when does the compassion turn into action? When are we moved to fight for change? When do we admit that our neighbors are dying, physically, emotionally, spiritually? On any given day within our community, the Salvation Army fights for the survival of this great city, one person at a time. When the founder of the Salvation Army, William Booth, wanted to communicate a mandate for action to his officers, soldiers, and volunteers, he sent one word: others. Today, this army of God continues to fight for the lives of our neighbors who are in need of help. The strategy the Army takes in this war of survival is meeting needs at the very point of need. It can come in the form of emergency assistance for families like rent, food and clothing assistance, utility help, Christmas assistance, or burying a loved one. The fight against homelessness is done one-on-one. Many don't trust the system, would rather stay on the street and risk physical harm, even death. The Army's Great Patrol searches the streets every night to give food, blankets, and hope to those living on the grates. Though most of us turn away, the Salvation Army moves in, developing relationships and trust, hoping for the chance of connecting these men and women with the appropriate social services that will get them off the street. But this is one van, 3 or 4 people trying to connect with a multitude. More soldiers and supplies are needed for the fight. The spiritual and emotional health of our at-risk children are also a concern for the Salvation Army. During the summer, the Army offers a summer camp program at Camp Happy Land, which is a world away from the stresses and challenges of urban living for a child. Learning about God's creation and experiencing character-building activities are all part of the camping experience. It is a safe place where one can be a child. No matter at what point one is in life, the Army endeavors to teach, encourage, and minister. Takesha was still addicted to crack and heroin when she was released from prison. At the Salvation Army's Harbor Light Center, she received intensive counseling and treatment for her addictions. Takesha is fighting for her life, and success comes in small, daily, sometimes even hourly progress. Surviving, for her, begins with knowledge about herself.
Actually, what I've learned from Harbor Lights is I used because of my emotions. I didn't know how to express myself. So I picked up. I was around people that was involved, and so I decided to try it. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. It's a horrible addiction, and I don't wish it on anyone.
Restoring those who are willing to a positive lifestyle is the goal of the Salvation Army's Harbor Light Center and Adult Rehabilitation Centers.
I guess it's called cleaning out the inside so we can get ready to live.
There are only 3 of these facilities serving the national capital area. How many more, like Takesha, are fighting for their lives that the Salvation Army cannot currently house, or educate, or hug, or weep with? Imagine if you were a young mother, all alone, struggling to raise your children in the hopes that their life will be better than yours. Yet your path is continuously hampered by the challenges that poverty brings. At Turning Point Center for Women and Children, the Salvation Army fights to save these families by providing a 2-year residential program that offers an opportunity for these young women to complete their education and gain life skills that prepares them for independent living. Liberating families from the cycle of poverty and all the social ills that poverty produces is a daunting task, but one desperately needed for the survival of our community. The Salvation Army continually seeks how best to serve by looking at the needs within each neighborhood. For example, in Anacostia.
The community said to us, we do not need another charity in Ward 8. We have plenty of charities, and we know exactly where the Salvation Army is. We've been getting your services for years. What we really need is economic development. If you can help us do that, then we will welcome you with open arms, and they have.
The Solomon G. Brown Core Community Center will offer many diverse services for this community. Workforce development, which will equip people for living wage jobs, not just minimum wage jobs. The first floor will be open for retail space, making small business opportunities available. The second floor will house a child care facility, and the top floor is reserved for a neighborhood-requested wellness center. With this new initiative in the Anacostia community, the Salvation Army has created a new command.
We look to our board members to give us advice and give us counsel as to what is the greatest way the Salvation Army can give service. And it was our board members and our staff that decided that this area command needed to be developed.
For years, the Women's Auxiliary here in Washington, D.C. has been a tremendous asset to the work of the Salvation Army. We are so excited and privileged to be able to work alongside these ladies who are really movers and shakers in this community, who really understand what the needs are in this community and are willing to support it.
Part of what I'm trying to do as a member of the board is to broaden the coverage of knowledge of the Salvation Army in the Washington corporate community. And I can be very confident in talking to my colleagues around town that this is one organization that I know benefits from whatever contribution you're willing to make. And to me, that's really important, to speak from the heart. Because I think a lot of us get involved in things, and it's important politically, but this one I think is important from the community perspective and for just doing good works in general. So, as they say, the Army is doing the most good, and that's why I'm very much supportive and involved with the Army.
Give us this day our daily bread.
We cannot continue to look away and not take responsibility for our neighbors. The Salvation Army is on the front lines every day in so many different ways, battling poverty, homelessness, substance abuse, and neglect. They are attacking these social ills from many angles. But without your active commitment, the battle is lost. Less than a mile down the road from this very place, people are dying. Dying physically, emotionally, and spiritually. We can no longer insulate ourselves from the war raging down the street from us or across town. The Salvation Army needs your help, needs your commitment, needs your action today.